Here's a Asus Hyperion case. So this is a little bit different from the usual cases. I like the design of it. So, okay, check it out. So, let's see from the top and back. So this case looks good. They're gonna release a white version of this case, but I'll just do this whole case. I'll just repaint this whole case panel by panel. Okay, because this is gonna be a red and white theme, white everything, and the coolant is red. So here's the motherboard, the 4090 card with the i9 13900K. So okay, I'm gonna start working on this. So now I've disassembled the Hyperion case for prepping, sanding, and for paint. Some will be painted gloss white, and some would be painted matte white paint. Okay, and this is just half of what's gonna be painted. You know, prepping alone, painting, drying would at least take me 1 or 2 weeks just for all the painting, because there are so many other parts that's gonna be painted. And oh, okay, so at the moment this is all the parts, the panels that was already painted for the Hyperion build. And I did not imagine that there's so many parts for just one case. Okay. And remember, this is not all of it, and I just crossed the half of it, but there's still more. Okay, because I painted the metal parts and the aluminum parts with gloss white, and aside from the preparation, the cleaning, sanding, and 3 coats of paint for each individual panel. Okay, so the plastic ones are painted in matte white, even the brushed aluminum. I don't know if you can see. Yeah. Okay. So I am out of tables. Oh, okay. So there's so many, and there's more. But I think in the end this will be worth the trouble. Okay, so finally it's done. Whew. After more than a week of painting, preparation, and very delicate assembly. Okay, so the glossy and the matte white combination looks stunning. So, like, okay. So all the aluminum panels are glossy, and all plastic is matte white. So, okay. The only thing that was not painted white or matte white is the grill here on top. And then I'll just open this. The plastic on the back, because I don't want to paint this one, because every time you're gonna access the power supply, you're gonna open this and screw this and slide this, so it will just be scratched. So I left it as black, so I only painted the top part of it. And this is the second thing that was not painted. And then the locks on the glass, and that's the only thing that was not painted. Even the inner parts of the glass, all the panels are all painted. So also I already installed the radiators on the top and the Thermaltake Riing Quad fans, the white edition. So yeah, and also I I installed a radiator here, but this is a Thermaltake 360mm radiator, because other radiators won't fit here because it's too wide. This Thermaltake radiator is the only rad that fitted in this location. Okay, because this front I'll dedicate just for the intake. And so I'll proceed to install the components, and then start planning for the loop layout. And I'm thinking to do a different kind of loop layout similar to the slant formation of the case. So yeah, hopefully it goes well. Okay, now I've already installed almost all the components. The motherboard, CPU block, the GPU with the GPU water block, and some fittings, and also I'm already starting to set the cables. I chose to put all red cables sleeves on this build, and finished painting some other parts like the back of this GPU backplate, CPU block, the aluminum cover for the LED strips, the mini draining valve, and some other panels. Okay, so the only things that is left to do is finish the tube layout, and then after that finish the cable management on the back. Okay, here is the build now, and with the other panels that were painted, like this plastic cover on the back. But it was very difficult to do the cable management because there was it was not enough space for all the cables to be set and for this one to be closed. So it took me a long time, but I'm just glad that I finally closed this panel so that the glass panel would be properly closed also. Okay, so yeah, I'm glad with the cable management, how it worked out. And I'm also done installing the aluminum covers for the LED strips on the sides and on the top. Okay, and also some acrylic panels to cover the big holes that were here, because before there was this vertical support that's installed here, but I was not able to use it. And also here there's a whole rubber hole for the GPU power, but I didn't put it on this hole with the rubber, so I just covered it with an acrylic panel and then painted it. And also here is the loop layout. It's kind of dark, but you'll see what loop layout design I did. But I will still adjust this tubes, because there's some 2 or 3 millimeters that needs to be adjusted. So I'm not 100% happy with it, but I will still remove all of this, adjust, and then clean the tubes and then install it again. Okay. And also, I don't know if you noticed the shop. I've changed the panels so that when I'm doing a photo shoot on white builds, the background is gonna be great. So this is a future build for a client. After this one, I'll be starting to work on this. Okay, so yeah. So yeah, maybe we'll also have a tour in the shop. So here's my tools on this side. Another table here. Here's where me and my family cook some barbecue, and some friends, when we get together, we drink there. Okay, and this side, some tools, boxes, screws, all of my equipments, doing modding. Here's the my table. Okay, and then the Thermaltake wall, I relocated it here, and then on these small tables are waiting client builds with their components. Okay, and then here also is ongoing build. Okay, here, and this one is an old build of mine. It's just gonna do a maintenance, cleaning, a change coolant. Okay, this is my daughter's PC. Okay, and here is my gears when I go to the track, and here's the front yard. My dogs are there, and my daughter is here. Okay, and of course here's the bikes with my youngest daughter watching TV, Alice. Okay, so that's it with the tour, and let's go back to the build. Okay, we're near the end of the build, so I'm just gonna install the final tubing, because I've already made the adjustments so that it would be perfect. And for those who are thinking to do the same, if you have an Hyperion case, to paint it white the way I did it. So I urge you not to, because maybe, maybe they will have a white version of this, and you can just wait, because it's very difficult to paint. There's so many panels. There's things that you cannot paint because you might scratch it, and it's very difficult. So yeah, maybe this is the first and the last Hyperion that I will paint. If I'm gonna do another white one, maybe it would be the white version, if they come up with a white version of this. So okay, I'm just gonna install the tubes and put do a pressure test before filling the custom loop. Okay. So this build is also a 90-degree bends, like this, but I wanted to do it like this, so it would be different from my other loop layout. This particular layout, this fit this kind of case. and I'm gonna be using this one instead of the regular square. And I've already installed the two tubes coming from the radiator up top going to the reservoir, and then connecting the two radiators from the back and on the top. I've already pre-installed those tubes because it's very difficult to do. So I initially installed it in advance. Okay, now for the best part.